What is up, people, and welcome back to the 2 Laps Down Championship Challenge. Yes, we are returning to this challenge once again, kicking it off at the British Grand Prix. First of all, before we get into today's episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, turn on your notifications as well. If you leave a comment down below in the comment section telling me that you have your notifications turned on, I will shout you out in the next episode of whatever challenge we do. I'm not too sure whether I'm going to bring this series back as well as a series. You know, we did it back in 2016. We went through every single race driving as Rio Haryanto, trying to win the World Championship, which we were successful in. So I'm not too sure whether I'm going to do that again on this game. If this video gets over 150 likes, then we will kick off that series. So that is your goal. Get it to 150 likes if you want to see this as a series once again, and we will do that. But before we get into today's episode, I can tell you that we are driving for the Toro Rosso team here. So I didn't want to go for a team that was like really good. I just want to go for sort of like a midfield but not a back marker, because I'm not really too sure how good or how bad the easy AI. We are racing on 0. Literally the worst AI there possibly is. You cannot get any worse than 0 AI. So that is what we're racing against. And yeah, I'm not too sure how well or how badly it's going to go. Basically, this challenge is we go 2 laps down at the start of the race, let everybody overtake us to put us 2 laps down, and then we work our way back through the field and see what sort of position we can get. Last season's game, it was quite good. You know, we had some races where we struggled at and we got into like the points sort of area, and then we had some races where we just completely dominated and just won the race by a mile. But yeah, so I'm not too sure how this is going to go, but without any further ado, let's just get straight into it. Look at the race strategy first, and the team want me to go for a 1-stop strategy, super softs, then mediums. I feel like with these challenges, I prefer to go a lot more aggressive. So that means I can really push as much as I possibly can, instead of, you know, minimizing 1 stop. And at this circuit, the difference between the 1 stop and the 2 stop is only about 2 seconds. So I might as well go for that 2-stop strategy, really push on those tires, and get a good result. As always as well, whacking up the fuel load, because we just want to run it in rich mix for as long as we possibly can. Of course, we don't really have to worry about engine wear, so we have no problem with that. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for the intro. Quite a bit of a long intro here today, but yeah, let's just get on with the 2 laps not championship challenge, just a 2 laps down challenge. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So here we go, going to 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix. It is lights out, and we're just going to pull over to the right hand side, just get out of everybody's way. Please, nobody go into the back of me. Oh, that would have been terrible if somebody went into the back of me. Now we have to wait. We've got to wait for everybody to go and do 1 lap, and hopefully nobody has any problems on the first lap. Oh, I forgot about this. We have to deal with the stops on track. Oh no, it's worse on this game. Oh, we have to literally constantly keep moving. Oh no, at least, oh, okay. Oh, whoa. Okay, this is going to be difficult. Okay, all right. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I've got to move really slowly at like 1 mile an hour or 5 mile an hour do. Okay, right. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Hopefully we don't get disqualified, and hopefully we can get to a stage where the other guys lap me for 2 laps. So we may have to make a bit of ground on the track though, unfortunately. Okay, I found a plan. What I'm going to do is just keep on doing donuts down at turn 1. I feel like that's a good way to do this. Just keep driving around in circles as the leaders have finally come round. They're finally lapping me in today's race. Please don't disqualify me for going the wrong way. Right, okay, here we go. Just, you know, driving around in circles. And we're going to wait now, because the leaders and the back markers are all coming through. We just got to wait for the Saubers and the McLarens, and then it will be away we go for the 2 laps down championship challenge. Here we go. And, oh my god, and he drove into him. And away we go. There we go. Getting this challenge underway. Right, straight up into rich mix. We've got a lot of fuel to burn. Let's go do this. Let's go get some good results. I've got no force feedback on my wheel at the moment, which is a little bit weird. Because the reason because of that is because I'm doing live commentary at the moment. I don't want it rumbling about, so that's all you can hear is my desk banging non-stop. So yeah, driving with 0 force feedback is really strange. But here we go, right on the back of the first couple of back markers here. Stoffel Van Dorn is the first one that we've got to deal with. Round the outside, down in towards Brooklands, inside of Lovefield. And there we go, job done on Van Dorn. Round the outside of Ericsson. Can we get Verline? Oh, a little bit of contact there, myself and Marcus Ericsson. That's the joys of live com there. I just start taking out drivers. Here we go on the back of Pascal Verline, though, moving over to the right-hand side. Job done. See you later, Verline. Let's go get the other drivers. Right, already caught up to the back of Jolyon Palmer. You know, the famous for being a terrific F1 driver. Up the inside, though, of Jolyon Palmer. Got the job done on him. Fernando Alonso probably going to back off through the final corner. Going to squeeze out the inside. There we go. See you later. What an overtake that was. Even if it is against very easy AI, you know, I'm going to take it nonetheless. Around the outside of Kevin Magnussen, down in towards turn 2 there. Job done. Up into what would be P14, but we've still got to catch up one more lap after this, as Lance Stroll is right ahead of us. Here we go on the left-hand side in towards the loop. Job done. Up another position. Now trying to get Roman Grosjean. Going to tuck into that toe, get that slipstream all the way down this Wellington straight, then dive it up the inside. Down in towards Brooklands. Oh my god. Nearly going into Kvyat, nearly going into Massa. But we managed to hold on through there. And we get the overtake done now around the outside of Esteban Ocon. Okay. The very easy AI. The difficulty of 0%. It's a little bit too easy, but we'll wait and see what happens at the end of the race. If we manage to lap the whole entire field, that will be absolutely incredible. We are getting through these guys very quickly, but I suppose we did do that on 2016 sometimes, so it's not really too much to pick from. There we go, lovely manoeuvre in towards Maggots on Nico Hulkenberg, up another position, and now we're trying to hunt down Sergio Perez. I suppose the real challenge is going to be trying to get past the leaders, because of course those guys are quick. Compared to the rest of the field. So that is going to be the challenge, catching up to the likes of the Red Bulls and the Ferraris and the Mercedes as we go in towards Stowe, flicking over to the right hand side and get the outside in towards Club and Vale. Hopefully Perez doesn't squeeze me. Perez, mate, I'm on your right hand side. Can you not see me, buddy? Wow, no wonder you have so many collisions with your teammate. You're not even looking around, you dick. Fastest lap of the race so far. I mean, that's not really any surprise. We are on 0 difficulty. If I wasn't setting fastest laps, I might as well quit. I might as well quit YouTube and quit making F1 videos. And here we are, a couple of corners later on the back of Max Verstappen. Should be a fairly easy manoeuvre as he slows down quite a bit through the loop there. Was not expecting that, but nevertheless, I have got the job done. Can move back onto the racing line down towards Brooklands and Lovefield. And now catch up to his teammates, I'm guessing, which is going to be ahead of him. A much better exit out of Chapel compared to Daniel Ricciardo. As we go down in towards Stowe, we should be able to get the job done into this next corner. Ricciardo so early on the brakes. We're just going to... Oh, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? You're going to give me room? You're going to give me room? Okay, he's going to give me room. Here we go, up the inside, in towards Club, and then Vale. And we've got the job done before we've even got into the final section. There we go, job done on Daniel Ricciardo. Right, we have a couple of drivers battling it out for the lead at the moment, once again setting the fastest lap of the race so far, even though it doesn't mean anything. We're only really racing ourselves for lap times, but it's a good little practice for when we get to like British Grand Prix in the future. Oh, drifting it through turn 3, a little bit of style points through there. Can get a few extra points for that. Here we go on the back of Kimi Raikkonen though, down in towards the loop. Going to go up the inside. Vettel, where are you going to go? Here we go, round the outside. Okay, maybe ran off the circuit a little bit, but just ignore that. Just forget you saw that. Okay, didn't happen. Definitely didn't overtake him off the circuit. That was a good maneuver nonetheless to do a little bit of a slalom around them. And here we go round the outside of Lewis Hamilton, down in towards Lovefield, and job done. There we go, beautiful. Round the outside of a Mercedes in a Toro Rosso. Anyone would have thought we'd be racing against 0% AI with a driving like this. Right, up next, Valtteri Bottas in that Mercedes, which should be quite easy to overtake as we get in towards Maggots and Beckett. I reckon we can get him through here. He's going to lift off massively through this next section of corners. Here we go, around the outside. Can we hold it? We're going to go on the power. Ah! Don't squeeze me out like that, Bottas, mate. I'm coming through. Anyway, right, there we go. We've unlapped ourselves once. We need to do it once more in this challenge. So, I suppose this is the boring part where we just got to set the quickest sort of lap times we possibly can. It's all about qualifying lap times right now. Set the quickest laps we possibly can. And hopefully we can catch up to those guys once again. Shouldn't take too long though. Should take about maybe 4 or 5 laps. A fair amount of drivers in the pits at the moment. So we should be able to get a jump on these guys currently in the pit lane. And yes, we do. We've overtaken one of them. So that puts me up another position. But I've been pushing so hard and really focusing on my own racing that I forgot to come into the pits. I was supposed to come into the pits on lap 7. It's now lap 9. So yeah, making a little bit of a mistake there. But getting the overtake done on Jolyon Palmer now. Round the outside through the loop. On the back of Roman Grosjean as well. Down towards Brooklands and Lovefield. Should be able to get the job done on him under braking, which we do. Down into Brooklands. Job done on Roman Grosjean. Now, can we go around the outside of Kvyat, Verline, and Ericsson? Here we go. We're going to try. Can we get Verline as well? Around the outside. Oh, he squeezes me out there, just like what happened to Daniel Ricciardo in the real life British Grand Prix. Stop, Verline, mate, I'm on your outside. Why are you doing this to me? Jeez, McGee's, mate. What on earth are you playing at? Squeezing me out on the circuit. Right, Felipe Massa, you're up next. Are you going to lift off? Yeah, sort of. Oh, my God. Ah, ha, ha. Look at that. Squeezing through both of those drivers like they're not even there. Moving chicanes. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Right. Okay, right. Put it down to lean. Let's put it into onto soft tyres. And let's come into the pits. And so we're going to have to make all those overtakes again. But yeah, it's all part of the fun. It don't really matter. Right, let's get the car stopped. I don't know where. I'm really bad at coming into the pits. Right, slow it down. 23. I made it. It doesn't matter. I still made it, okay? Doesn't matter that I was like, you know, 15 miles an hour. No, that's not 15. It's 14. 14 miles an hour underneath. I can do maths. Yep, that's right. I can count. Anyway, into the pits we go. And the longest pit lane ever in the whole entire F1 calendar. Right, okay, this is it. Pressure's on. We need to sort out the clutch and get ourselves underway. Perfect. Look at that. Beautiful. 2.7 seconds stop. Can't get, well, you can get better than that, but still pretty decent. We've got the McLaren behind us of Stoffel Van Dorn, so we've already got the jump ahead of him. And pit limiter disengaged. And away we go once again over the little crescent. And here we go. Right. Let's catch back up to those back markers and try and get some decent points here today. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be at the early stages of the race. We've got 16 laps left to go, and we still have to unlap ourselves and then also re-overtake, as it looks like there is a driver out of today's race. It's Nico Hulkenberg. Unfortunately, my teammate from my career mode is out of today's British Grand Prix. So disappointing there for Nico Hulkenberg, but for me, that is an easy position gained in today's race. So I will take that. Right, let's put up into Rich Mix. Let's hunt down these other drivers. And yeah, let's see what we can do in this challenge. Another driver into the pits there. So that's another position gained on somebody. Not too sure who that is. It is... Actually, I'm not too sure, because I can only see Stoffel Van Dorn and Nico Hulkenberg at the moment. Too busy looking in the top left-hand corner of my screen. Not paying enough attention to the actual road. So kind of messed up in a couple of corners. But luckily, that's probably still quicker than the very easy AI. So it doesn't actually matter. Like, you can make a mistake in this challenge, and you are still quicker than the AI. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. Right, who are we catching up to now? Who is next on the overtaking list? Is that Alonso? Yes, it is. Fernando Alonso. Oh, what joys you are having in that McLaren. I think he loves it in reality. I think he loves driving at the back and, you know, not driving in a World Championship winning car. Who can think of anything better at the end of the day? Where would you rather be? World Championship winning car or in a McLaren? I choose the McLaren, you know, personally. Much better choice. Anyway, on the back of Jolyon Palmer, who might as well be driving in a McLaren. He can't finish a race anyway. Oh, my God. That was... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my God, what on earth just happened there? Oh, I came in way too quick, way too hard, and that sounded better in my head. Anyway, let's get back on with this challenge. Where on earth is Alonso? Did Alonso catch up to that pact as well? Maybe he did. Oh, that was so bad. We've lost out so much time there to the AI. We're right on their tail, going for the overtake, and we just did a Kvyat of the British Grand Prix. Nearly took out my teammate. Very close to taking out my teammate there. Luckily for him, I managed to avoid him, and instead we decided to go onto the grass and go for a little spin. But once again, I've got to catch up to those guys, so I will see you in a bit. Right, here we go. Round 2 on these guys. Fernando Alonso is the first driver, literally overtaking him at the same spot we overtook him on the previous lap. Jolyon Palmer, he is up next. I feel like we're a little bit closer, though, to these guys than we were on the previous lap. Just going to lift off, get the car tucked in for Copse Corner, and launch ourselves on the back of Jolyon Palmer. Moving over to the right-hand side, getting the job done. Don't squeeze me out, buddy. Please do not squeeze. Ah! Ah, made contact there with Palmer. Did not want to do that. Oh, my God, that was frightening. That was frightening. Okay, Ericsson, mate, just get out of the way. Why are you going so slowly, buddy? You don't need to take that corner so slow. Get out of my way. Just move over. Move over. Don't, look, you're scaring me by going side by side. You could do absolutely anything at that point. You could just turn into me and ruin my race. Anyway, we're finally through. We finally got past them. Okay, I made a bit of contact with Palmer and Grosjean, but we didn't get any damage. It's all okay. And now we're catching up to, I believe this is the Williams and the Force Indias up next. Oh my god. Bit of snap of oversteer there. Did not want that. Okay, we're halfway through this challenge at the moment. And we're about halfway through the field. So we're not doing too badly at the moment. But we do need to pick up the pace and make a little bit of ground on the other guys. On the back of Magnussen and Stroll now. We should be able to get these guys. Well, one of them definitely in towards the loop. And can we get Stroll as well? Switch over to the left-hand side. Come on. Come on. I want that straight line speed. Tuck back into the slipstream now of Lance Stroll. Back over to the left while he breaks down into Brooklands. And there we go. Job done on Lance Stroll. Up into what would be 10th position. But unfortunately, we still have one more lap to catch up on as we got Felipe Massa now ahead of me in P9. This should be, again, a fairly simple maneuver on Felipe Massa down in towards this right-hand of Copse Corner. Can we do anything through here? I don't... Oh, my God. Another snap of oversteer. This car definitely has a very shaky back end on it at the moment. Massa, here we go up the inside in towards the first part of Brooklands. Not Brooklands, in towards Max and Beckett's. And there we go. Job done on Felipe Massa. And up another position. Right, we've got a bit of a task ahead of us now. We've got the next couple of guys going in towards Club Vale and the start-finish straight. So we need to push on now, do some more qualification laps, and try and catch up to those guys. Okay, then a couple of drivers into the pits at the moment as we go into a new fastest lap of the race so far. So we've got past one of them, and we've closed up to the back of a couple of others as well. Who are these guys? Ferraris? Yes, they are. One of them is a Ferrari. Hopefully that is his first stop of the race, because then that gives us a better chance of maybe catching him up, because we've still got to make another pit stop. And I'm hoping that they have to make another pit stop as well. But here we are, closing in on the back of Sebastian Vettel. Should be able to get him down in towards Luffield. He's going to brake very heavily in towards Brooklands. So we're going to gain quite a bit through here, and then gain even more as we go around the outside in towards Luffield. Oh my god, drifting it a little bit. Can we have a look on Esteban Ocon as well? Yes, we can. Down in towards, I believe this is Woodcote. And there we go, job done on Esteban Ocon. Right, who's up next? Who are you? Are you a Mercedes? I think it's a Mercedes. I'm not actually too sure. But I'm going to say it is a Mercedes anyway. Right, come on, who are you? I want to get past you through Maggots and Beckett's. Slow down. Why is he so fast? Slow down. It is Lewis Hamilton. It is a Mercedes. It's Lewis Hamilton. Right, he's going to go very, very slow out to this corner. Nearly went straight into the back of him. That could have been a very bad decision. But job done. Used DRS. And slingshot ourselves away as another driver has brought out a yellow flag down in towards Brooklands and Luffield. Is that him out on the race, or is that a puncher? I'm not too sure at the moment. What are you doing, sir? Are you pulling over to the side of the track, or do you just have like some debris on you? He's pulled over. He's out. He's out of the race. Who are you? Who is out of today's race? It's Marcus Ericsson. It's one of the back markers once again. So that's going to put us up into P18. As we're getting past a few more drivers right now coming into the pit lane. Still at the back of the pack to the moment. But I feel like that's going to change in the next 5 laps. Right, here we go on the tail of Daniel Ricciardo now in that Red Bull. He's going to go very slowly into this next section of corners. I'm just going to try and sneak it up the inside into the chicane. And there we go. Job done up into what would be P3 right now. And not too sure who we've got ahead of us. I think it is Kimi Räikkönen and Valtteri Bottas. Kimi Räikkönen usually goes for a one-stop strategy, so he might be doing that here today. We just have to sort of wait and see on that one. But I feel like we've also got some of the back markers ahead of me as well, so I don't think it's going to be too long before we will be gaining a position for the first time in this race. And right on cue, there is Stoffel Van Dorn ahead of me as we go in towards Luffield. Here we go, round the outside, and that is our first legitimate overtake of this race. It's taken a whole entire 17 laps, a lot of spins, a lot of scary moments, but we finally got the job done. Overtaken on Stoffel Van Dorn, moving up into P17, and now going on the hunt of Jolyon Palmer. How long will it be before we get the Renault driver? Hopefully not too long, because I want to get into the points for today's race. If we can get into the points, that'll be a really, really good job. Here we are then on the tail of Kimi Räikkönen in towards Brooklands and up the inside into Luffield on the Ferrari man. He gives us just enough room there to squeeze through. And now here is the leader, Valtteri Bottas, for today's British Grand Prix. And this will be putting us onto the lead lap for today's race. It's been a while, and we're not actually on the lead lap just of yet, but we should be able to get Valtteri Bottas down in towards Maggots and Beckett's if we can do it. Maybe around the outside into his next corner. Here we go, up the inside now of Valtteri Bottas. He gives us enough room, and we take it. There we go. We are now on the lead lap of the British Grand Prix. Incredible stuff. Onto the lead lap after being 2 laps down and now only 6 seconds behind Jolyon Palmer, which equates to about 3 corners compared to very easy AI. So we should be able to have him by around turn 1. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Maybe a little bit longer than 3 corners, but that's about where we should have him. And we've got a couple of drivers coming into the pits as well. So that's going to put me up into P15 for today's race. That's not too bad. And I am coming into the pits on this lap, so we will get re-overtake. Well, we might not actually, because we might be a bit too quick for those guys on this lap, as we're trying just to catch up now to Jolyon Palmer. Okay, a little bit longer than 3 or 4 corners. Here we go, trying to catch up to Jolyon Palmer. I think we're definitely getting down towards Brooklands and Luffield, though. We're definitely that sort of distance to get Palmer down towards those corners. So under braking in towards Brooklands, just, you know, feed it into the left, and then give us the option to go round the outside. Just sort of got to lift off the throttle, a little bit on the power around the outside. Wait until you've got the job done. Back on the power, and away we go once again. Right, overtaken there, Jolyon Palmer moving up into P14. Not too far now away from the point in today's race. So hopefully we can get there by the end. We've not got too long left to go. 7 laps left in this race, and we still have to serve our pit stop. Alonso, I believe, is doing the one-stop strategy, so we do have to be aware of that as well. But I think it's definitely possible that we can get into the points here today. Okay, then here we go, coming into the pits for today's British Grand Prix. The second pit stop of our own race, getting it slowed down for the line. And okay, we're a little bit quicker, but again, I really need to sort out my braking distances at those pit lines. But 37 miles an hour, once again, slowest pit lane on the whole entire count. It's just so slow. Come on, you're just like rocking in the car. Like, come on, let's go. Come on, hurry up. Anyway, pressure's on once again. Let's get the release. Oh, good. Once again, wait for it to go green. Okay, a little bit slower this time around, a little bit later on the reactions. But once again, 2.7 second stop. We can't argue with that. And we should come out in P16 unless Verline is going to get us down in towards turn 1, which, okay, maybe he will. But release the pit lane limiter. And away we go once again. Where is Verline going to come out? Side by side. He's got us. Verline has got us, but we're going to put it up into Rich Mix. Dive it up the inside. Maybe, okay, maybe not quite through that corner. We're going to go round the outside now. Verline, don't squeeze me out. Ah! Don't turn into me. Stop it. Stop turning into me, Verline. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Right, there we go. Job done on Pascal Verline. And let's go catch up to the other guys. Let's make some ground. Let's get into the points. And let's see what we can do here today. Right then, Esteban Ocon is up next on our radar. Currently running in P15 for today's race. He's going to slant it up the inside, down in towards the loop. And there we go, job done. Onto the Wellington straight, up into P15. And now hunting down Jolyon Palmer. As once again, we've got to get ourselves past the 2 leaders of today's race. Now, I'm not too sure whether they've made a pit stop or not in this British Grand Prix. But nevertheless, we have to get past them. Kimi Räikkönen is going to be up first. We're going to go round the outside in towards Maggots and Beckett. And there we go, job done on Kimi Räikkönen. Right, up next for us is going to be Valtteri Bottas in that Mercedes car. And we're just going to attach ourselves onto the back of the Mercedes, pick up the toe, pick up the slipstream. They're still quick in a straight line are the very easy AI, because of course they are going flat out. But it's just the pace that we gain are in the braking zones and the high-speed corners where they've got to lift off. But here we go, onto the back of Jolyon Palmer now. He's going to move over to the left-hand side. We're just going to dive it up the inside in towards Club and Vale. And there we go, job done. Moving back up into where we were, P14 for today's race. Now hunting down Fernando Alonso. There is a bit of a gap to the McLaren driver, 133.9 there, set by myself. So a nice lap there, which we can improve on because we were battling on that lap. But Fernando Alonso quite a bit ahead of us at the moment in today's race, so we're just going to have to put in some more purple laps and try and catch up to him. We go then on the back of Fernando Alonso, down towards the hangar straight, picking up that toe, move over to the right-hand side. Of course, we're going to be so much faster than a McLaren Honda around here, and there we go, job done on Fernando Alonso. Moving up into P13, up next for us now is Sergio Perez in that Force Indias. We make a little bit of a mistake there on the exhaust Stowe, unfortunately running a little bit too wide through that corner, but nevertheless, we've got the job done on Fernando Alonso, and we are up into P13. Right, what can we do in this race, though? Not too long left to go. Setting the fastest lap once again, 132.440. What a lap that is here today. But yeah, not too long left to go. 4 laps left in this British Grand Prix. Can we get into the points? Right, so easy to catch up to the back of Perez, Kvyat and Grosjean. This is, of course, the battle for the points here today. So much quicker on the exit there out of Luffield. Kvyat squeezing us into Woodcote. And now on the back of Roman Grosjean. He's going to lift off massively through Cops Corner. We're going to look around the outside, but unfortunately not able to go for the overtake through there. Grosjean backing off a little bit too much. We're just going to go around the outside in towards Max and Beckett. And there we go, job done on Roman Grosjean up into P10, into the points for today's British Grand Prix. But what else can we do? Well, of course, we're happy to be in the points, but can we do any better? We've got Stroll ahead of us. Then I think it's Massa ahead of him. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be another driver not too far up the road as well. There's a driver going down the start-finish straight, which I believe we have the potential to overtake as well. So let's just carry on. We're enjoying this at the moment, but let's see who else we can get in today's race. So on the back of Lance Stroll, so should be able to get him in the next couple of corners. Lance Stroll so slow through turn 1 there, picking up so much more speed. And there we go, job done on the Williams driver, moving ourselves up into P9. And up next is a Haas, which I believe is Magnussen. Yes, it is. Magnussen currently running in P8. Then I believe it will be Felipe Massa just ahead of him in today's race. So Kevin Magnussen should be able to get him down in towards these next couple of corners, braking so hard in towards Brooklands and then into Luffield as well. And it's job done on Magnussen up into what is P8 for this British Grand Prix. And now hunting down Felipe Massa. Now, I'm not too sure what the gap is at the moment, but I believe that is him currently going in towards Maggots and Beckett's at the moment. So I do reckon we can get him by the end of the race. Here we go then on the back of Felipe Massa on the exit of Luffield. Should be able to get a great exit than Felipe Massa in towards Woodcote. And there we go, job done on the Williams driver. Now up into P7. Can we get P6 though? That is currently held by Max Verstappen in the Red Bull. Of course, we know how quick the Red Bulls, the Ferraris and the Mercedes are. So it is going to be difficult task to overtake those guys in today's race. We just have to sort of wait and see what the gap is as we come through Beckett's and Chapel now. Right, what's the gap to Max Verstappen? And can we get 21 seconds? I feel like that's a little bit too much to ask. I feel like if it was going to be around 12 seconds, then we would be able to get him. But 21 at the end of the day is a little bit too long. We just don't have enough laps to get the job done. But P7 at the moment is still a really good result from 2 laps down. We'll have to look at the result that I got when I did on 2016 at the British Grand Prix. Of course, we did make quite a few mistakes in today's race, obviously. So there is potential to improve, but I still think maybe getting P6 there from Max Verstappen is going to be a little bit too difficult. Kimi Räikkönen wins today's British Grand Prix. Well done there to the Finnish driver. Don't know how he got past Valtteri Bottas at the end of the day, but he does manage to get the job done. So we're now catching up to Stoffel van Dorn. So we are actually going to lap 1 driver in today's race in towards Max and Beckett's up the inside now. And there we go, job done. Unfortunately, not able to get Max Verstappen in today's race. I believe that is him going in towards Stowe now, or maybe in towards Covent Vale. 11 seconds is the gap, and we're going to close that down by maybe 2 or 3 more seconds by the time we get back to the start-finish line. So not too bad for today's challenge in the British Grand Prix. We're going to come around the final couple of corners now from 2 laps down. We have worked our way back through the field. We made quite a few mistakes in today's race, but we're going to come home for a fantastic P7 in today's race. What an incredible result that is here today. P7, and yeah, we can't really be too disheartened with that. It's a good race, good result. And Carlos Sainz will be very happy to finish in P7 for today's race. Kimi Räikkönen was, of course, the race winner here today with, I think it was Valtteri Bottas most likely in 2nd. And then I'm going to say it was Lewis Hamilton in 3rd. There is Kimi Räikkönen celebrating today's race win. So a great result for him. Räikkönen 1st, Bottas 2nd, and Lewis Hamilton in 3rd for today's race. What a result for those guys. But looking at the race standings, Kimi Räikkönen wins today's race. Unfortunately, we were 51 seconds behind Kimi Räikkönen. So a little bit frustrating that we can't catch up to those guys. I feel like if you want to get race wins in this challenge on this game, you've got to really drive for Red Bull. I don't feel like Williams or Force India would even cut it, unfortunately. So I feel like the best team, the worst team that you could possibly drive for and still get race wins in this challenge is going to be Red Bull. We'll have to look into that if we do decide to do a series on this. Remember, 150 likes, 150 likes, and we will do the 2 laps down championship challenge once again across the whole entire season. Driving for, at the moment, I'm going to say Red Bull driver, but that may change as we get in towards the series if we do potentially do it. But yeah, Red Bull I feel like is going to be the team to go for. But that is it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed this challenge, don't forget to smash like on the video. Of course, 150 likes, we will be doing it as a series. And don't forget to also share this video with your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and don't forget to turn my notifications on, and leave a comment down in the comment section below telling me that you have my notifications turned on, and I will give you a shout out in whatever live com video we do next. I want to do a lot more challenges because doing career mode, I like to put a lot of quality into those videos. So I want to do more challenges around the times when I can't actually upload a career mode, so there is still a video going up for you guys. But that is it for today's video. I will see you guys very soon, but until then, it's goodbye from me.